Good evening, my name is Victoria Sanchez. One of my favorite ways to start my day is head to the nearest cafe and enjoy a delicious croissant. Luckily, being a barista, I have the luxury of enjoying a croissant and a latte mostly every morning. I am sure that many of us believe that this delicious breakfast pastry was oriented in France, but we have all been wrongly informed. I am here today to inform you and my audience, Molly, Jolene, Katie, Amy, and Haley, the history and the background of where the croissant actually came from so that we can give the correct credit to the right country. From my extensive research, I have come to find out that they originated in Vienna, Austria, and Budapest, Hungary in the 17th century. There are actually two very similar tales as to how the croissant came about, and to this day there is an ongoing debate as to who really gets the credit. Nevertheless, I will inform you of both, and you can be the judge of that. Some say that the croissant was made in Budapest in order to celebrate the defeat of the Ottoman forces in 1686. The shape of the croissant represents the Islamic crescent moon. In Vienna, it is said that it is created in order to honor the bakers for their courage in the Battle of Vienna in 1683. They prevented the Turkish army from completely taking over Vienna. The Turkish army was tunneling underneath the city, trying to take over Vienna from the inside out. These brave breakers alerted the Christian authorities by sounding the alarm in the middle of the night, and it gave the Vienna army an advantage, thus resulting in the defeat of the Ottoman. Some say that the unnamed baker decided to celebrate and created the croissant. Some even say that the creator of the croissant was the brave breaker who alerted the soldiers. The crescent shape then came from the Turkish flag that recalls the symbol of Islam. Ironically, Austrians created the croissant with this shape and would say, "We eat the Ottomans." This is a picture of a flag. It's pretty funny. It actually has the crescent moon in a croissant shape. How exactly did the croissants make it to France? Legend has it that Marie Antoinette introduced the pastry to France in 1770. She was a French queen who was from Austria and spent most of her childhood in Vienna. She moved to France at the age of 14 and was already a bride to Louis III, and she came to consider the croissant as her comfort food, and requested royal bakers to attempt the version of the croissant and the fashion spread. That is how the croissant made it to France, and with different uses of yeast, the French managed to master the croissant. August was a baker that brought the croissant to Paris when he opened a Viennese bakery in 1838, where he sold crêpe rolls, also known as a puff pastry. They started to use it in their sandwiches, and it became very common for French people to have it for their breakfast. To this day, France still calls the croissants and similar products Viennoiseries or Viennese bread. Like many trends Americans follow, we then began to love the croissant just like the French. This led for many Americans to believe that we got it from the French, but in reality, the French got it from Austria and Hungary. So the next time we enjoy a croissant, instead of saying bon appetit, we should say Geniensen. Thank you. And I would also like to thank my audience for being here today and hearing my speech.